Football Tuesday, and here's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go over the NFL draft. We're gonna go through the first round and the post-draft analyst of every player. Transactions in the past week, including yesterday and today, up to this point. And then we are also going to do the last college football transfer portal move, and then that's it. Right? That's all we're doing today. That's pretty simple. Let me change the game. Let me change the category to football over here. Beautiful. Okay. Here we go. This is the first round of the NFL draft. I'm sorry, this happened when I didn't have my computer, and then I missed the last like 2 football Tuesdays, I think. Yeah, but we're here now. Number 1 overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, quarterback from Indiana, coming off national championship year. Post-draft analyst, the Raiders entered the offseason with obvious need at quarterback and selected the draft low round 1 talent. Mendoza's ability to precise pocket passer, who excels under pressure, fits the former Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak. Wants to do with the offense. Mendoza at his best in the red zone, with 38 touchdowns to 0 interceptions in 2025. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you get a guy that's that good in the red zone, that good under pressure, has that good of an arm, with that precise of an arm, he can get you pretty far. He needs to get himself a good elusive running back and a couple of playmakers who can get themselves open and allow Mendoza to really hit him. They also underrated piece that they need to get him is an offensive line, right? Especially for a pocket passer who needs time in the pocket to set, throw, and have time for the receivers to get open. He needs to have a good offensive line if they want to have a chance of doing anything, you know, and I bet they will eventually. But next is David Bailey, edge rusher from Texas Tech, boosting the defensive core need for New York. Decorated pass rusher. He is very speedy, 14.5 sacks. Just really, really good for his edge rush, man. I mean, if you really want to have a good defense over there in New York, you're going to have to start with the pass rushers. You need pass rushers, you need cornerbacks, you need linebackers, but if you get a good edge rusher, that's a good start to a lot of things. And David Bailey. Good overall running back, Jeremiah Love. Cardinals didn't have the biggest need. You know, they had a couple of James Conner at running back, but I think, you know, they needed more rushing yards. Again, like they said, only the Raiders average fewer rushing yards. And they, yeah, I think they have other pieces. But I think if they can get like 1 to 2 good running backs, it's a good start. And I think Jeremiah Love is so good. I think you can't really pass up on him because, I mean, Cardinal Tate went number 4 out of Ohio State. I think he fits Cam Ward beautifully. I think him and Cam Ward are gonna be nasty next year. I'll tell you that. Arvell Reese from Ohio State, 6'4", linebacker. Surprising pick at number 4, and with running back Jeremiah Love at the board, the Giants make their own surprise pick with Reese. On value, it's a fantastic pick as he's my number 4 overall player, but not exactly the position of immediate need. With Brian Burns and last year's first round Abdul Carter in place, the team also has Kayvon Thibodeau on the roster, but he will be moved before his rookie contract expires. You have so many good linebackers and so many good defensive line in that New York Giants team. That defense is going to be great, but they just need Jackson Dart and some of that offensive pieces to really click, and I could see the Giants being not too overly bad. Mansour Delaney from LSU, cornerback. The Chiefs definitely need a cornerback, especially with Patrick Mahomes potentially coming back next year, not too far. So I think they'll have a pretty decent offense, but they can get another really good cornerback, which is right here. Chiefs liked him so much they moved up to get him. He's a balanced cornerback, number 1, with great film and off coverage and press coverage alike. And he has a nose for football, with 18 passes defended over the past 2 seasons. Like, if this could be a cornerback one of the future, I think you really like that. 6 overall. I think that's a pretty decent pick. A couple of other picks that I liked. Caleb Downs for Dallas. I think he was a good pick. Offensive tackle, Francis. I think this is another good pick for the Giants. I think that really fits them. Ty Simpson, is questionable. I don't think it was great, but I think it was questionable. Maybe Matt Stafford moves on in a couple of years and they say, hey, sit Ty Simpson behind Matt Stafford for a couple of years after the quarterback went to the future, kind of thing. Ruben Bain Jr., edge rusher from Tampa Bay. Blake Miller, offensive tackle. They need an offensive tackle. Caleb Banks, defensive tackle for the Vikings. Malachi Lawrence. I think the Dallas had a great draft. I think Cleveland definitely needed someone to go with Shadir Sanders, assuming that he's the quarterback. Receiver at Texas A&M is not too bad. A couple other ones. Defensive tackle for the Chiefs. I don't mind it. Keldrick Folk, Auburn from edge rusher. Those Tennessee. A couple of those good picks, but there was a few good picks that could really set him up for the future. And I don't think it was that bad of a draft. I think it was a good draft. But like I said, we're just going over the first round, so yeah. Here are transactions over the past week. There's a lot. Jaquan Jackson signed it with Houston. Nico Collins has a 2-year, $16 million contract, renegotiated contract with Houston. I think that's a good deal. Nico Collins is a very, very good receiver. He could easily be receiver number one. And I think that if their offensive line could get healthy, and they could get some help for CJ Stroud when it comes to the offensive line, they have so much weapons and talent on that offense, man. That offense, I'm liking what they're building there. I said that this looks similar to last year, but the offensive line was hurt, and it wasn't that good in general. But Derwin James had a 3-year contract extension with the Chargers, one of the best safeties in the league. Great contract for the Chargers back there. Couple of other ones up here as you can kind of go through. I can't believe Koo signed a contract. That's just crazy for me, but I guess so. Keldrick Folk signed a 4-year, $17 million contract. Tennessee, their first-round draft pick. They signed with them 4 years right away. They definitely believe in them. Jordan Mims, running back, signed a contract. A couple of the moves up in here. Amari Cooper signed a 4-year, $17.4 million contract. So did Jadrian Pierce, 4-year, $16.7 million contract with Seattle. Jared Verse traded to Cleveland, which we'll talk about that once the other move gets announced up here. We'll see it down here a little bit. Henderson waived. A couple of other moves there. Wilmelo Brinson signed a contract. Odell Beckham Jr., 1 year, $1.3 million contract with New York. They also signed Braxton Berrios, 1 year, $1.3 million contract. And then here's the big one. Right. There's two of them right here. Myles Garret to the Rams for Jared Verse. 2027 first-round pick, 2028 second-round pick, 2029 third-round pick. The Rams are going to win the Super Bowl next year at this rate. I'm not going to tell you they're going to win the Super Bowl, actually, because there's a few contenders that I have on my list as of right now that could really make some noise. But I'm going to tell you this now, the Rams will be top-tier contenders, and they will be in the NFC Conference Championship game 8 out of 10 times. I think Jared Verse is very underrated as it is, or as it was, I guess. It still is. I still think he's very underrated, but Myles Garret, he's a sack leader. He just got the sacks record. And he's now going to have MVP quarterback, arguably could be MVP wide receiver, Devontae Adams, oh my god, who was a tight end? I don't remember who the tight end was, but Kyron Williams, a great offensive line, and an already great defense. But now you add Myles Garret. Dude, the offense is already unstoppable as it is, and now the defense is just that much better, man. I don't know what to tell you, dude. That Rams team is insane. A.J. Brown also is a New England Patriot. I think Patriots could go back to the Super Bowl. Like, Drake May, what he's shown last year, I think Drake May is a phenomenal quarterback. If Stafford stays healthy, they will win a lot of games. I 100% agree with that. But if A.J. Brown really fits well, because they didn't really have a deep ball last year. They have a couple slot receivers. They have like 2 good running backs. They have a couple of slot receivers. Now, if they have a deep threat, A.J. Brown could really spread out the defense. Deep ball, couple of slot receivers, already pretty decent offensive line, and you got a couple of decent running backs, and the offense will be just fine. If that defense could stay as good as it was last year, add that deep threat to the offense, I could really see this Patriots team getting around for the money in the AFC again. Juju Smith-Schuster signs a 1-year, $1.3 million contract with the Giants. I say why not? They're stacking up on receivers, give a few of them a chance to see if a couple of them can shine. You know, Derek Hall, 3-year, $42 million contract. That's crazy. Linebacker, I like it though. It's a good deal. Also Bryce, since a 4-year, $5.16 million contract with Indianapolis. Again, pretty good deal. If they want to stack up on the defense, definitely need to do that. The one deal that was made is DK Magruder, a 3-star cornerback committed to the Citel. That's the last move. Other than that, we have a couple months until college football, and there's nothing else really happening until then. That is going to do it for June 2nd, 2026, college football. Not college football, I just put it on top. Just football Tuesday in general, and football sports segment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.